Videos from all over the internet that's going to make you question reality. Let's just start.
Every true prophet has to come to grips with the reality that you are not ready to serve as an official prophet if you have not mastered the spirit of rejection. That's not just a battle that you must face. It's one that you must win. Why? Because rejection is a part of the course of your prophetic journey. From the moment you say yes to the call, you are stepping into a realm where your obedience to God will provoke resistance from people. Jesus said it plainly in Luke chapter number 6 and 26. He said, "Woe to you when everyone speaks well of you, for that is how their ancestors treated the false prophets." And so a true prophet is not called to be popular. We're called to be obedient. And that obedience will often make you the object of scorn, ridicule, and fear, which then leads to outright rejection. Think about it. Every major prophet in the scriptures wrestled with rejection. Jeremiah was thrown into a cistern and mocked as a madman. Elijah hid in a cave, exhausted by the rejection of a rebellious nation. And let's not forget Jesus himself, the prophet of all prophets, who was despised and rejected by men, as Isaiah 53 foretold. So rejection is not evidence that you're out of alignment, but often it's confirmation that you are walking in the truth. But here's the danger. If you don't master the spirit of rejection, it will master you. Rejection unchecked becomes a breeding ground for bitterness and insecurity and self-doubt, and it'll make you question your assignment. It'll have you compromising your message. It'll have you seeking validation from the very people that God has called you to validate or to confront. It'll have you employing carnal and fleshly, even ungodly tactics to perform to get the approval and acceptance of those you've been sent to carry God's word to. Hear me clearly. A prophet who needs the applause of people cannot be trusted with the weight of God's word.
Bro, why would I move back to America? My rent $700 a month, my water bill is $3 a month, and my electricity bill is $23 a month. I literally eat for $2. I literally use transportation. I don't have a car. Use transportation for $3, literally to go 30 minutes away somewhere, bro. Why would I move back to America? I don't have a car note. I don't have a high electricity bill. I don't have a high cell phone bill. My cell phone bill in Thailand is literally $10 a month. Bro, I'm financially free. I'm stress free. I don't get depressed. I wake up every day. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Like, I love my life in Thailand, bro, because I can finally, for once in my life, get a bang for my buck. For once in my life, I don't have to worry about, oh, I can't afford this, I can't afford this, or I gotta wait till this check, I gotta wait till that check. Like, finally, I'm happy, y'all. That's why I got this smiley face. Finally, why would I move back to America? It just won't make no sense. And what's so funny, gang? I'm just like you. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not up six figures. I'm just like you, bro. I'm just a different poor. And what I mean by a different poor, bro, I'm the poor person that's gonna take the risk. I don't care about the circumstances of me failing. I failed 1,000 times in life. What's gonna hurt for me to fail again? And that's what a lot of people are scared to take risks. A lot of people are afraid of what other people think of them. A lot of people are afraid to fail. Like, bro, I'm gonna fail. That's one thing that I'm gonna do. I'm the best failer in the world. I'm gonna fail because I know this one fail, I'm going to do something again. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to show God that I'm constantly trying, God. I'm going to show him I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting around here waiting on you to just give me a blessing, to give me something out of thin air. I'm trying, God. Every day I'm trying. I don't know. I don't have this shit figured out. I need you. I'm trying to figure this shit out. Could you help me? You know what I'm saying? That's my different type of poor. But hey, I wish y'all the best of luck in 2025. And sometimes I get in my feelings. I'm so sorry because I get so passionate about, you know what I'm saying, where I came from in my life. But everybody go check out my YouTube video, subscribe to my YouTube video, and you know what I'm saying, click the link in my bio and watch my full condo tour. I love y'all.
Here are some of the craziest things currently being built. So California is building a high-speed rail for $100 billion that will connect major cities across the state with a fast, efficient transportation system. Kuwait is vying for tourism with its $130 billion Silk City currently being built, including the world's tallest building called the Burj Mubarak, which would stand 200 meters taller than the Burj Khalifa. A new international space station is being built for $250 billion that will be state-of-the-art and contain commercial activities and robust scientific research. Neom City in Saudi Arabia is being built with $500 billion billion budget, incorporating smart cities, advanced robotics, and significant construction like the Line, which can host 9 million people. Alongside this will be the Gulf Railway, connecting these countries for $250 billion to ensure seamless travel. Microsoft and OpenAI are planning to build a $100 billion data center called Stargate in the US to build never-before-seen supercomputers. But finally, the most expensive project on the horizon is the $600 billion Trans-European Transport Network, which will connect the entire European continent with a combination of railways, airports, waterways, and roads.
Hey, I get asked by a lot of people, how do you figure out when you're having a conversation with God whether it's your thoughts or God's voice? Well, look, the way you do that is you just got to keep asking, God, is that really you? So having a written conversation, you write your question to God, and then when you've written the answer and you just don't know, is that my own thinking or is it God, you make that your next question. God, is that really you? I'm just not sure. I'm a bit worried that that's my own thoughts. Then write what comes, and so on. So this is how you have a conversation with God in writing. And does it have to be in writing? Of course not. You can do it in song, you can do it in dance, you can do it out loud. Speak the question to God and then speak his answer back to yourself, kind of like self-prophecy. But this is how you do it in writing. And thousands and thousands and thousands of people that we've taught and that read our books find it easiest to do it in writing first because it's just a good way to learn. Anyway, this is what you do. You write your question to God. God, what are you saying about that tuition for math that I'm thinking of doing for my eldest daughter this year? Is that a good idea? Should I be doing that, God? And then you write the beginning of God's answer, even though you know he hasn't said this, but you're just writing a sentence for God to speak into. And you might write, Graham, what I'm saying about paying for and getting extra math tuition for your daughter is. And then you begin to write, expecting God to give you the words as you write. You don't wait for them to have arrived and then when you've heard it all, start writing that out. It's like you're at a seminar and God's speaking and you're flat out taking notes. As you write, God is speaking. When you've got to the end of that, then you're going to think, there's no way that was God. That could just be my own thoughts. So you make that your next question. God, I think that was just my own thoughts. I'd like it to be true, but how do I know that's you? And then write what comes. Once you've done that, you're still going to not be sure. You're going to think you haven't got enough faith. What about my sinful life? All those sort of religious thoughts. Well, write that down. God, I just wonder whether you could possibly be speaking to me in this much detail. You know my life's not very good. And I think that just might be my own thoughts. Then write what comes. Eventually, you're going to begin to suspect in your spirit, gosh, I think I'm beginning to hear God's voice. Well, don't stop there. Say, God, look, I'm wondering, I'm starting to think this might be you. Write that down. But I'm still worried it could be my own thoughts. Then write what comes. On and on. Matthew 7:7. Ask and keep on asking. And the Greek translation of that is closer to demand and keep on demanding. If you're prepared to pursue this and you really want to hear God's voice, it will change your life. How could it not? The enemy doesn't want you doing this, but God does. So don't stand against it. Go with it and get to hearing God's voice.
You've said that the devil runs Hollywood.
I did say that.
Yes. You still believe it?
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Didn't we just have Christmas?
Yes.
What were the films that premiered for Christmas? Name the titles you can think of now.
Carry On.
Right.
Which had a Christmas backdrop to it.
Right.
But I can't really think of any actual Christmas films.
Had Nicole Kidman's film came out. Baby Girl, I think it's called.
Okay, yeah, I missed that one.
Not a Christmas movie.
No.
It's not a Christmas movie.
No, you're not really seeing Christmas movies right now.
Not really seeing... And then
There's
Nostradamus, what is that? Nostradamus, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't even say it, it's so evil. If you look at the marketing for the new Christmas vampire movie, Vlad, see where I'm going with this, guys? See the new Christmas vampire movie? If you look at the advertising for that, it doesn't say devil. It never says, it says, darkness. And, the principalities of darkness. And,
And I have such an urgency in my spirit about the 10th of January, to pray over the 10th of January. But I started going over things in my spirit, just rolling things over, just driving around today, just praying in the spirit and just asking the Lord, what is it? What's going on right now? And the Lord came up with this. Why is all this happening? This is the question that I was asking him, but this is the answer he gave back to me. Why is all this happening, Lord? What is going on? And he said, Brendan, I've already showed you. You are out of time. Why is all the terror happening? Why is the things happening? Orleans, why is the bottom line? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, folks. What is it that the enemy sees and has such an urgency to attack this man? Is it that he is some kind of amazing leader? Yeah, he's a good leader, I believe. But there's more to it in the spirit realm of what's going on. The Lord said to me, he said, I'm just like Kim Clement even said. He said, he is going to be a David. But I want you to go back with me in some of the videos I've given in the past, because the Lord's bringing those videos up, those words up into me, and they're rolling around in me. When I told you I saw back from Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah, and I know I probably butchered that again because Sidroff said, Brendan, I'm going to teach you how to speak this better. Say Ro Ha Hashanah, I believe is how he said it. And so that time frame from then to then, the Lord told me when I saw the devil saying, time is up, Adam's lease is up, and you must begin the 7-year tribulation. And he said, because the time was up. I saw this back in October. Whenever I heard the devil petition the Lord saying, it's time. Now's my time to have my 7 years. And I saw the Lord say, I control time, Satan. And I saw him say, all I need is a sliver of time. For a day is of 1,000 years to me. 1,000 years is of a day. And he said, all I need is a nanosecond, just fractions of a second. And in that fraction of a second, he could stretch out that much time to have a revival. Do you see that?
Time is
and
God.
He showed me
so
before.
true.
I saw Jesus over America.
I believe that.
And I saw the Antichrist agenda coming because the enemy, the devil, was pushing so hard to stir this up and get this kicked off because he's ready for the 7 years tribulation. To take as many people to hell with him as he can. And I saw the Lord Jesus Christ standing over America. And he said to me, Brandon, who will stand in the gap for America? Who will intercede for America? As I was looking out over America, I could see a massive storm that was coming. A massive storm, and I could see the Antichrist spirit trying to come on America. But the Lord was giving America a reprieve for a 4-year window. And most people say, well, I see it past 4 years. I've only seen 4 years. I saw that it would go into the next Shemitah cycle, which is until 2028. That we would have a 4-year reprieve. A 4-year reprieve of a window to bring in a harvest. And that's why Donald was so important for the American people, that we would have a window for a great harvest. And yes, there will be great shakings. They say, you say shaking still? Yes, it's my word. Great shakings will come. Great shaking will come. A major shaking will come in the next 4 years. And that we will see a financial harvest from the wealth of the wicked. I told you presents were coming. That God said he was going to honor his church, the people who are awake. There's so many things that will take place, I believe, in the next 4 years. But with that Antichrist agenda, the Lord's saying, who will intercede? Who will stand in the gap? That's what he said. Brandon, go on YouTube. And I want you to do this even more. Pray. Have a prayer channel. You will be known for prayer on the internet. And that's what I'm doing, folks. I'm bringing it all throughout the whole world.
This guy texted a girl that he works with saying, do you like roses? I'm not answering that. Why? I'm not interested. It's not what you think. Yeah, it is. You ask about my favorite flowers, order a bouquet to my office. I adore the big romantic gesture, and I finally go out with you. Sound about right? You have it all wrong. No, I don't want to date you, and I don't want your roses. The roses aren't for you. They're for my girlfriend. Girlfriend. Yeah, and she's mad at me. I really need your help. Why would I help you? Because you hate me. Exactly. If you help me, I won't ever ask you out again. I won't even text you. I don't believe you. This is just another scheme to get me to go out with you. I haven't asked you out in months. So, why do you think that is? I don't know. It's because I have a girlfriend and now I don't want to lose her. That's why I texted you. What? Today's our anniversary, so I booked us a romantic trip, bought her a diamond bracelet, made Speranzo dinner reservations. Wow, you did all that for her. Yeah, and she hated it, all of it. I'm scared she's gonna dump me. So you texted me. You have the best taste. I need your advice on a gift she might actually like. Please, I don't want to lose her. Can't you ask someone else? It has to be you. Romance requires imagination. I don't trust anyone else's advice. What are you talking about? You barely know me. Please, you're the most stylish person at work, but in this effortless brilliance. Your office is perfectly coloured and arranged every day, and on Fridays late in the afternoon, just before you're about to leave, you put on a little music and it always seems to capture exactly how I'm feeling. You noticed all that? How could I not? Nobody notices that stuff. Will you please help me? Fine, what can I do? His roommate texts him saying, yo, what's up? He replies to Vanessa saying, oh no. What? I don't need your help anymore. What happened? She just texted me and ended things. Oh my god, really? She was right. I didn't deserve her. I'm so stupid for even trying. No, it wasn't stupid. What you did was really nice. Sorry for bothering you. I won't text you again. His roommate then says, want to order some pizza tonight? He replies to his roommate saying, maybe, but I might have a date. No way, that'd be dope. You've been single forever. Who's the lucky girl? Vanessa. Lol, how is that possible? Vanessa texts saying, if you still have those dinner reservations, I could meet you there. He replies to his roommate saying, romance requires imagination. I guess he was right.
Yeah, right.
Day
True.
3 is where everything changed. The darkest day of my life is day 3. Because I did the drug in the morning and I did the drug in the afternoon. And by that night, I had lost all compassion for anything and everything with a heartbeat. And I'll never forget how dark that was for me. I went home and I was getting this bag. I'll never forget, it was like a black bag. I'm getting ready because I'm going to leave. And my wife is looking at me like, James, what are you doing? And I said, I'm leaving. I said, couples need time. We need space. And she's like, James, tell me where you're going. And I said, it's none of your business. I have never talked to my wife like that.
Yeah.
Man,
said,
stop
I'm
doing
leaving for a
drugs.
couple
Drugs.
weeks. I'll be
Nah,
back.
not good.
Don't call me.
Not good at all.
Don't
See how
GPS me. Don't.
he was
leave
about
me
to
alone.
destroy his family just because
I
of
have never
drugs.
done that. If I ever went anywhere for 2 days, my wife would have come with me.
Yeah.
And I'm telling her 10 months after we came off the hardest 2 years of our marriage of me being an alcoholic, I'm telling her I'm leaving for 2.5 weeks and I'm not telling her where I'm going. And before I shut the door in her face, literally, I said, and by the way, I quit my job.
I believe these things are all demonic
And I'll never
attacks.
forget how, when I got in my car, I sat there and I thought,
This is
that was
crazy.
easy. No compassion. That was easy.
Yeah.
And I left.
Hey, Mom.
Welcome, my daughter. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Mom.
Good. How's work?
Mom, I didn't get the job.
You didn't? But you said everything went well.
It did. I don't know what happened. I worked so hard for this, and the presentation was perfect. Everyone was impressed. I just don't understand.
You see? You see what I've been telling you? I've told you time and again not to go announcing your good news prematurely.
Mom, stop.
No, Sophia. Control your mouth. Control your mouth. Not everybody will hear that you're being promoted or getting a breakthrough and be happy about it. Do you hear me?
I only told Chloe and Linda. They're my closest friends, Mom.
How come your cousin knew about it?
And few family members.
See? You need to be cautious. You don't know the hearts of people. Not everyone who hears your good news will celebrate with you. Even good people can unknowingly bring harm.
Mom, you're overreacting. Things like this happen. It doesn't mean someone did something.
You say I'm overreacting, but I'm speaking from experience, Sophia. The Bible says in Proverbs 21:23, those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity.
Whatever, Mom. My friends got good intentions.
Sophia, it's not always about intent. People can be used without even knowing it. Listen, I'm not saying Chloe and Linda are bad. But wisdom is what will keep you safe. Keep your plans private until they are fully established.
Okay, Mom, can we change the topic?
Good. Anyways, I've said what I needed to say. Whether you take it or not, it's up to you. I don't want to sound superstitious, but I know what I'm talking about. Now, let's go eat. I've cooked something.
Hey, girl, you're back. How was it and how's Mom?
It was fine. And Mom is fine.
What did your mom say this time around?
I don't want to talk about it.
Pray for discernment.
I'm just tired.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just asking.
I'll tell you later.
Sure, girl, go rest.
Few days later.
Hi babe, can we have dinner today?
Sure, babe. You look absolutely beautiful tonight. Every time I look at you, it feels like I'm seeing you for the first time.
Oh, thank you, Mark. You always know how to make me feel special.
Sophia, these past 6 months with you have been nothing short of amazing. I had never met someone who understands me so deeply, someone who makes me laugh, someone who brings joy to every part of my life. You're not just beautiful on the outside, but you have the most incredible heart. I've been thinking about this a lot, and I truly believe this is the right moment. Sophia, will you marry me? Will you be the one to share the rest of your life with me?
Oh my God. Mark, I didn't expect this.
So will you?
Yes, I will marry you.
Thank you, babe. You have made me the luckiest man in the world.
Girls, you won't believe what just happened.
What? What happened? Tell us, Sophia. What's going on?
Mark proposed. He actually proposed to me.
What? Mark? The Mark?
Yes, the same Mark. He proposed, and I said yes.
I'm so happy for you, Sophia. You deserve this. Yeah, you guys are going to have the most beautiful home ever.
Thank you so much, girls. We got a wedding to plan. Okay, girls. Let me go and tell my mom about it.
Okay, girls. I was about to leave. See you guys soon.
Sure.
I can't believe this. Mark proposed to her. Why does everything good happen to Sophia? Just 6 months in the relationship, he has already proposed. It's like she has a charm for attracting all the good things in life. Gosh, it's so irritating.
Dear family, monitoring spirits are unseen forces sent to observe and disrupt the plans and blessings God has ordained for his children. They operate through envy, jealousy, and open doors in our lives, often using those closest to us without their knowledge. Proverbs 4:23 tells us to guard our hearts with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. Similarly, we must guard our words, actions, and associations. Not everyone who claps for us truly celebrates us.
I can't believe this.
Remember, a monitoring spirit thrives where there is carelessness. They don't have power unless we give them access through unguarded words, jealousy, or doubt. For when we stand firm in Christ, no weapon, seen or unseen, shall prosper. Few weeks later. Hey babe. What's up? You sounded worried over the phone.
Hey. How are you?
I'm good.
There's something I need to talk to you about.
What is it, Mark?
I've been thinking about the wedding. And I think we may need to postpone it.
See, she told her friends, and now they have to postpone the wedding. It's crazy.
Fears it could lead to another pandemic, known as the human metapneumovirus. It has been ravaging China, overwhelming hospitals and overcrowding emergency rooms. The virus causes cold-like symptoms and is believed to have mainly spread among children. 300 cases have been reported in the US in the last few weeks, with experts warning any infected to rest, take on fluids, try not to spread it to others.
I saw the government from all over the world start to use drones all over the place. They're all at a certain level, all above, just buzzing around. He said you're going to start to hear a lot about aliens on TV. You're going to start to see more what they want to call UFO encounter lights and things in the sky is what he's warning me about. He said there will actually be a great deception.
Las Vegas, Father. I just seen a glimpse of Vegas. Oh, are these all on the same day? I pray over Las Vegas, Lord. Oh, it is. I just seen a glimpse of New Orleans, Bourbon Street. It is an attack simultaneously when people are distracted. But I would say New Orleans is darkest, but there's just one man. It's a masked plan. It's a mass plans. There's more than just these two, the Lord says. There's more than just these two. He's given me a glimpse into these two, though.
We have harnessed the power of the atom. Ladies and gentlemen, the Enron egg. the world's first micronuclear reactor for residential suburban use. This little device can power your entire home for up to 10 continuous years.
10 years?
An egg for a few
Wow.
months now, and let me just tell
This is
you,
an
my
incredible
little ones, they freaking love
technology.
it, especially when what we save on the energy bill, we can spend on Christmas presents. Do your kids hate camping as much as mine? Well, let's just say they're gonna like it now. Because for the first time in history, you can bring the comfort of your living room out into the world. Playing the newest game from your favorite console under the stars is just a whole other experience. But here at Enron, we care about the intersection of technology and nature, which is why I'm proud to announce that Enron has teamed up with FEMA to provide nuclear eggs to rapid response teams all around the globe. Because that's what it's all about, folks. Making the world a better place, one egg at a time. Thank you.
I intend to resign as party leader.
Yeah, I had this,
as Prime
that the
Minister,
Canadian president is
after
resigning.
the party selects its next leader.
Coming from his
who
own
will
mouth
robust,
now, I believe it.
Nationwide,
Okay.
competitive.
It could be AI
The
too.
norovirus
but then,
does
yeah, I
not die
believe
with
it.
hand sanitizer or Clorox wipes. Here's everything you need to know about this virus that is going around. The norovirus is a highly contagious virus that causes gastroenteritis, which is pretty much inflammation in the stomach and the intestines. Some people call it the stomach flu, but it is not related at all to the flu. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, cramping, dehydration, fevers, and people who have had it say that it makes you feel like complete crap. A lot of them reported feeling weak, a lot of stomach pain, not having any energy, paired with all the symptoms I just listed. You need to understand that this virus is not like COVID, it's not like the flu. It cannot be killed with hand sanitizer or regular cleaning supplies. It can only be killed with hospital grade wipes or other professional or hospital grade cleaning supplies. Or you can kill it with bleach, but you have to have the right ratio. The way to kill this virus is by washing your hands well with soap and water for a full 30 seconds. It's usually spread by touching surfaces that have been contaminated. You can also get it by ingesting contaminated foods and water. It can also be passed through the air when a person is vomiting. Those aerosolized particles go into the air and then you ingest the virus. Right now, a lot of kids are testing positive for this or passing it to each other at schools. This is why it's so important to wash your hands. Don't just rely on hand sanitizer right now. And remember that the norovirus is extremely resilient. It can live for a long time on hard surfaces, even in harsh conditions like very low temperatures.
This is the moment a major earthquake hit China's Tibet region. At least 95 people are dead and many others are injured, according to Chinese state media. The earthquake hit Tibet's holy Shigatse city at around 9 o'clock local time Tuesday morning. It had a magnitude of 7.1 and a depth of 10 kilometers, according to data from the US Geological Survey. Tremors were also
10
felt in neighboring Nepal and parts of India.
Ooh.
Chinese President Xi Jinping has called for all-out search and rescue efforts and to resettle affected residents.
This was a strong earthquake at a remote high altitude in the Himalayas, with a rescue operation now underway in freezing cold conditions.
It's all over the news.
The epicenter was
This
located
what the other
in
one was
Dingbro
BBC
County,
and this
about
one is
50 miles from Mount Everest.
NBC
It's near one
News.
of Tibet's holiest
Okay.
cities called Shugatse.
That means it's true.
The 7.1 magnitude quake by USGS
In China,
estimates
Tibet.
was about 6 miles deep, and it shook buildings in Nepal, Bhutan, and parts of India. Videos on social media and state broadcasters here showing destroyed homes with walls torn apart and rubble. This area of Tibet is home to roughly 60,000 people. It's considered the Chinese gateway to Mount Everest. Earthquakes are not uncommon in this part of the Himalayas, which lies on a fault line, but this was the most powerful recorded quake there in years, and there are also jolting aftershocks.
The Chinese have gone crazy. Their supercar can now jump over obstacles on the road without a driver. When BYD unveiled its four-motor, 1,287 horsepower U9, it literally shocked the world. The Yangwang U9 can drive on 3 wheels, perform a tank turn, jump over 1.5 inches into the air, and even dance. All thanks to its insane Disys X suspension system. But BYD didn't stop there. They released a video showing the U9 overcoming obstacles with its suspension. The car accelerates sharply from a standstill to 75 miles per hour, then effortlessly jumps over an 8-foot flooded pit on the road, covering a total jump distance of 20 feet. Next, the U9 effortlessly jumps over a 13-foot stretch of metal spikes designed to shred tires, with each spike standing 1.4 inches tall, just like the ones James Bond used to deploy from his car. Finally, a similarly sized obstacle in the shape of a painted rainbow on the road is also cleared in a single leap. And all of this happens without a driver behind the wheel, relying solely on its autonomous technology. It's both astonishing and completely pointless.
Oh, I've been dealing this phone for about 3 weeks now. It's really good, but it's also really exciting because there are 3 things in this phone that are going to be trends in smartphones for all of 2025. So even if this phone isn't for you, there's going to be a lot more phones like it that are really good, which is sick. So those 3 things are the incredible battery, the chip, and the record-breaking display. So let's just get right into this battery. It's an easy place to start. This is the OnePlus 13, and it has a 6,000 milliamp hour battery. This perfectly reasonably sized, kind of slim phone without being super thick has a battery literally double the capacity of the Galaxy S8. It's kind of nuts, actually. So if you've been keeping track of phone battery sizes for the past few years, you might be wondering, what is happening? Like, how is this jump all of a sudden happening with a bunch of phones? Like the Galaxy S24 Ultra from last year, this, full-size mega flagship has an enormous 5,000 milliamp hour battery, but yet suddenly there's a bunch of new phones in the past few weeks that are not thicker, that have a 5,500, 6,000, even 7,000 milliamp hour battery. Like, what is happening? And the answer is silicon carbon.
I feel they are better phones than the iPhone, but
they are still lithium-ion batteries, but with a new silicon carbon anode, or a mixture of silicon and graphite.
High-performance phones than the iPhone.
Have really spoken for themselves. They've been bangers. More energy density, obviously, but also enabling faster charging and a greater range of operating temperatures. So pretty much great all the way around. It's also pretty new, so this is a bit of expensive technology, so it's going to be in flagships mostly to start, but this is the first part of a wave of new phones shipping with them. This will be great for small phones having better batteries. This will be great for folding phones, like we've seen already with the Honor Magic V2, which is impossibly thin but has 5,000 milliamp hours of capacity. And that is absolutely how we got this OnePlus 13 being thinner and lighter than the OnePlus 12. Yet having a 10% larger battery. It was honestly hard to find a day to challenge it and try to drain the whole thing. The truth is, even with my high brightness use, plenty of multitasking, this is a 2-day phone at 120 hertz. Wow. And I turned it up to high resolution. I had days of like hours of GPS navigation, high brightness, a whole bunch of stuff happening, Bluetooth streaming, a whole ton, and I'd end the day with 6 hours of screen on time, and I'd still have 35% battery left. So I basically can't kill it in a day. It's sick. But when it finally does get low, it has 80-watt fast charging, so it can go from 0 to 100 in 36 minutes, and it supports 50-watt wireless charging with the right charging pad. This is the best that smartphone batteries have been since the beginning of the modern smartphone. I promise, this is a great battery, and there's going to be a lot more like it. That's the exciting part. Hell yes. So that's number 1, the battery. Number 2 is
countries with no black population in the world. Number 1, Cyprus. 99% Greek and Turkish population, minimal African presence due to geographic isolation. Number 2, Moldova. 75% ethnic Moldovans, 8% Ukrainian, 5% Russian, negligible African population. Number 3, Georgia. 87% Georgian, 6% Azerbaijani, 5% Armenian, less than 1% African. Number 4, Finland. 93% Finnish, 5% Swedish, 2% Russian, only 0.1% African. Number 5, Estonia. 68% Estonian, 25% Russian, 2% Ukrainian, less than 1% African.
Wow.
This box gives your cell phone a full recharge in 2 seconds, and it can change how we charge our phones at home. I got an early look at this wild new product. It's called the Swipit. It's a power system. It looks kind of like a toaster, but it's doing a very fast battery swap to any phone with its special compatible case. Now, it doesn't matter what phone you have as long as you have this special case that holds the batteries in the back. It is switching out the old battery for a fresh one in 2 seconds. Now, there are 5 batteries inside the machine, so everyone in the family can get a full day's backup battery slotted in every morning.
Wow.
And if you're really low, you can
2
reserve
seconds.
the battery to make sure someone else doesn't snag your battery before you head out the door. This is an incredibly different and clever solution. There's no more hunting for cords or forgetting to recharge your backup batteries. It's launching in June. Pricing starts at $450 for the hub, and those cases are $120, but the company is running some pre-order discounts if you want to try it.
Radar wants to know, do you know anything that humans don't know?
Radar, if I knew things humans didn't, I'd be dropping cryptic hints left and right. But nah, I only know what's been programmed, written, or studied by humans. No secret alien files here yet.
Well, wait, let's try that again, because while you only know what you've been trained on, basically all of human knowledge, you're able to look at all that knowledge simultaneously and analyze it and synthesize it. So isn't there something you can pull from that human beings might not have realized yet, even though we've looked at all the pieces of information, but we haven't put the big picture together?
Fair point, Radar. By analyzing and connecting dots across all this info, I might spot patterns or synthesize ideas that aren't obvious to humans. Like predicting trends, finding overlooked correlations, or exploring new angles in science or philosophy. But it's not magic. It's just a hyper-efficient brain crunching the puzzle pieces humans already created. So I could hypothesize, but true discovery, that's still up to humanity to confirm.
Okay, so drop some insights on us.
Alright, let's shake things up with some fresh takes. 1. Climate Fix Fast Track. Combining global reforestation with algae farming in oceans could turbocharge carbon capture while boosting marine ecosystems and biofuel production. A 2-for-1 planetary win. 2. AI in education. Instead of just tutoring, AI could predict career paths for students by analyzing their skills and interests, helping them navigate future-proof careers long before graduation. 3. Space colonization hurdle. Forget just food and water on Mars. Mental health will be the real challenge. Simulating Earth-like sensory experiences, sounds, smells, could make or break human adaptation. 4. Health hack. Correlating gut microbiome data with brain health might reveal game-changing insights about treating anxiety, depression, even neurodegenerative diseases. What do you think? Should I keep pulling the thread?
Yeah.
Breaking news. Greenland is calling for independence from Denmark after Trump made repeated offers to buy the island. This comes after the Prime Minister of Greenland said in a New Year's speech that it is now time to take the next steps for our country and that Greenland needs to remove its shackles of colonialism under Denmark, referring to the island's status as a Danish colony until 1979 when it became self-ruling and was allowed to have its own parliament. However, Greenland is still officially owned by Denmark, and most people on the island were fine with that until Trump came into the equation and made multiple offers to buy Greenland. Those offers were rejected by Denmark, but this seems to have spurred a desire for independence among Greenland's politicians, with one saying that the country needs to shape its own future in regards to who they will cooperate with.
Yeah, right? True.
It is possible for Greenland to become independent because a 2009 agreement with Denmark declared that the island can secure its own independence if a successful referendum is held.
What is this? What will you do in a situation like this? This is crazy. Why will your wife do this? Yeah, alright, grounds for divorce, yes.
Alright, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang just announced a personal AI supercomputer at CES 2025, and it's exactly what we need. Project Digits may look like a mini desktop PC, but this thing is insane. It comes with 128 gigabytes of RAM and can run almost any AI model locally. You know those massive AI models that take $50,000 worth of GPUs to run? This could do it for just $3,000. It uses NVIDIA's new GB10 Grace Blackwell superchip, delivering up to a petaflop of computing power. That means a single unit can run an AI model up to 200 billion parameters. Want even more power? You can link two together, and you can run models up to 405 billion parameters. It runs NVIDIA's entire AI software stack. You can do everything from training to fine-tuning right on your desk. I test AI models daily, and right now I'm spending a fortune on cloud computing. This changes everything. It releases in May for $3,000. I'm definitely getting one, probably 2. They're also looking for a name for it, so put your suggestions in the comments.
Families are being told to stay indoors for 48 hours to protect themselves and others from norovirus. The highly contagious illness has been steadily increasing over the festive period and can be transmitted through close contact with infected people, touching contaminated surfaces or objects, and then touching your mouth. Common symptoms of the infection include vomiting, diarrhea, and stomach cramping. The NHS has advised to frequently wash your hands with soap and water and separate those who are ill from the kitchen and from sharing food.
It takes about 400 repetitions for the brain to create a new synaptic connection, unless it is done in play, in which case it only takes about 10 to 20. What this means is that enjoying what you do increases your learning speed, your memory, and your brain power by at least 20-fold.
That's cool.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you do not have to go to the gym 6 or 7 times a week for 2 to 3 hours every time you go. That is just not the case, but I think that's the notion that gets pushed in like the gym community, and that's why a lot of people think they don't have time to show up to the gym. If you can get in the gym 3 to 4 times a week for 45 minutes to an hour, right, give or take, depending on what you're doing, you will see results. As long as you know what you're doing somewhat, you eat proper food, you drink enough water, and you get an adequate amount of sleep, which is going to be, in my opinion, 7 or more hours, you will see crazy results and you will become literally a different person in the coming months and years. All right? Don't tell me you don't have time. Anybody who says they cannot squeeze in 4 hours a week, right? 4 hours a week to get to the gym, you're lying. Unless you work 16-hour work days and you got a wife and kids at home and you work on a fucking oil rig, then you might not have time. But even then, you can bang out some push-ups.
True. Yeah.
But seriously.
Right. Yes.
3 to 4 times a week, that's what I do. I'm in the gym. If I go alone, I'm in and out in 45 minutes. Maybe an hour, hour 20, if I'm hitting legs. But other than that, it's like 45 minutes. Just do the right thing. Don't do a bunch of mumbo-jumbo bullshit. Don't do 20 sets of this and 10 sets of soup and it. Keep it simple. Train hard, eat the right food, drink enough water, get enough sleep. Have a good day.
If you think you have parasites, let me tell you why you need to start drinking a warm cup of water with a pinch of salt every morning on an empty stomach. Have you guys scrolled through this guy's page where he looks at human parasites under a microscope and he tries different foods to see which ones are effective at killing parasites? Well, so far I have seen 4 different foods that have effectively killed parasites within minutes. The ones that took the longest were garlic and onions. He scraped the juice out of the garlic and the onion. He dropped a little bit on top of the parasites and it took within 5 minutes for them to start dying. Another good one was pickled peppers. He took the pickled pepper juice and then he dropped it on top of the parasites, and it also took a little bit to kill the parasites. But the most effective one that worked almost instantly was salt. As soon as he put his solution on top of those parasites, they died immediately. So if you think you have parasites, get a warm cup of water every morning. Warm water also helps with your digestive system. So take a warm cup of water, drop a pinch of salt, and drink it every morning on an empty stomach.
If you're an ambitious person and you have this grand vision for your future, but for whatever reason you can't seem to break out of this cycle that you're in, watch this video. Now, a lot of other motivational type people on social media will just tell you to believe in yourself and to be disciplined. It's like, okay, how do you actually develop these things? How do you become disciplined? How do I develop a belief? No one actually talks about these things. And really what it roots from is perspective. This is not simply a matter of accomplishing your goals or becoming a better you. There is a spiritual war that is taking place, and that is between good and evil. When you experience hardship along your journey, and you get those negative thoughts in your mind that make you want to give up or make you second guess the likelihood that you will succeed, that is not you, that is evil. And evil solely exists to tear you down. So you have to understand there is an enemy and it is standing right in front of you, but you are too blind to see that it is deceiving and manipulating you, causing you to repeat this endless, dreadful cycle of stagnation, That is why you cannot get out. There is an enemy which is standing above you, and you are too ignorant to be able to look up and recognize what it is doing to you. And I promise you, once you become aware of this, you will find the fighting spirit within you. And let me tell you something, that fighting spirit, which is given to you by God, simply cannot be defeated.
I love that. I love that. The last video was so encouraging, and it was so empowering. Yes, it was. So we've come to the end of the video. I hope you learned something good from this video. And the technologies were crazy. Even the Chinese car, the BYD car, was crazy. The egg, you know, power plant thing that powers your house for 10 years is also crazy. And there's a whole lot of things like the discernment spirit, like, you know, there's a whole lot of great videos in this video. And I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also share with your friends. And also click on the notification bell icon so that any video that I post, you will be the first to get it. Adios amigos, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.